Darren with H2O Pro Shop here. I'm going to talk about a little bit of reflex stuff, answer some of the common questions that we get all the time. Number one question that I get is, what's the difference between the black and the white cuff? The black cuff is the one that's been around for forever. Pretty standard setup, hasn't really changed. The black cuff is a stiffer flex and doesn't flex backwards quite as far as the white one will. This has kind of become more of the trick exclusive boot, where the white one has become more of the slalom exclusive boot. And as you can see, this one flexes backwards a lot further than I can get that black one to flex. But this flexion brake in the back here will allow you only to flex so far, which will allow you to put a little pressure on the front of the ski, as well as I think it would protect your ankle in a fall, pulling you out of the system before you can overflex your ankle. This is adjustable. You can move the webbing around to make it stop in different places. And then that's pretty much the only differences between the two. This is a little bit softer boot. Flexion brake stops you from going forward, goes back further than the black. The black one goes forward further, doesn't go back as far, a little stiffer. Moving on to the R style. The R style is basically these boots without the cuff. They cut away area out of the toe so you can slide that thing in up closer and get your feet closer together. They move this buckle down a notch so that you can pop out. And the way we release out of this is the whole liner and everything comes right out of the back. This is adjustable for rotation, so you can move your foot however you want to rotate it. The front one is not. I've jerry-rigged them before so that I could have some front foot rotation. And I've had other people do that in the past. If you do that, I suggest going with the G10 plate, which we'll talk about in a moment. But with the R style, you can abduct or adduct your stance however you see fit. With a double setup like that, the double plates has been the more popular way to go, just because it's easier to adjust to pull one off, and it allows the ski to kind of free flex, I guess, a little more natural flex. The monoplate, which is this one here, this is one of the long ones for the size 12 boots, but this is the monoplate here. Basically, they're the same thing, only they're hooked together. It's pretty flexible. I don't think it's going to hinder the flex of the ski that much. Maybe when the bindings are on there a little more. I think you'd be able to get your feet closer together with this setup than you could with the two separate plates. But we sell 10 times more of the two separate plates than we do of the single plate. With the double boot setup, the toe loop here, the horseshoe that the toe of the boot goes underneath, this is your traditional horseshoe for a front boot. This is the one for the back boot. And what that does is it allows you to get your feet again closer together when you're doing a double boot setup. With the double boot setup, there is no option for abduction or adduction of your foot. Okay. The G10 compared to the carbon fiber, it's a 2-ounce difference on the front plate. I can't imagine it would be much different on the back plate. I'm sure it's about 2 or 3 ounces. Stiffness wise, this is a thicker plate. I feel like the G10 is stiffer than the carbon fiber is. So the advantages of the carbon fiber, I really couldn't tell you, other than the fact that it's 2 ounces lighter. We do sell probably, I don't know, 75% more of the G10 than we do of the carbon fiber. But this is what the setup looks like put together. The buckles on the boots are plastic, ladder strap, and ratchet system. and they're riveted on there. You can upgrade to a metal buckle, which is a pretty nice buckle. These are the metal buckles here, and this is, you can do fine micro adjustments by turning this once it's mounted on there, and this just lasts on like that. And you can just drill out these rivets, and the buckle kit comes with screws and T-nuts. So you just simply screw and T-nut them back in, and then you have yourself a set of metal buckles, which is a really nice upgrade. They last quite a bit longer. Moving on to liners. Standard liner that you're going to get with a front boot setup. This is the Reflex. It comes with instructions on how to heat mold it. I highly recommend heat molding these boots because you see how they come out of the package. It's not shaped like a foot at all. Heat molding does a great job with these things. But just so you see the thickness of this, these are pretty thin liners. The thin liner, similar to a snow ski racing boot, is the thinner the liner, the faster the energy is going to transfer to the shell and in turn to your edges of your ski. The thin liner works really well. This is the most popular liner that we sell along with the Reflex. The thick liner, same heat molding process. This liner is quite a bit thicker. You can see the thickness there outside. The inside is a little different than the other one. I do recommend, if you're on the cusp for sizing, go up a size if you're going with a thick liner. And you can probably stay in the smaller size if you're right on the border there of the thin liner. I highly recommend some kind of a footbed in these things. Super feet, conformable, even the Dr. Scholl's makes the fit that much better and the performance as well. The R-style liner is the same liner as the thick liner. It just happens to be cut a little lower. I have had people use this liner in the back with a piece of Velcro around the top or even some electrical tape to kind of hold it in place so that they get the same feel front and back. Probably not as popular as this one, but I think you'll see more and more people doing that. Another liner option, which is not made from Reflex, but is something that we stock, is the Intuition Aqua liner. These come right and left, so you got to specify right or left, but this is another option that you can put in your Reflex system. One of our main riders and founder of H2O Pro Shop, Seth Stisher, this is the system that he rides. He rides the white cuff with R-style. On the G10 plate, separate cuffs with front and back on these, and then he puts a little piece of Velcro across the top of the back one, which is a great system. This is a really nice liner. It's a little bit of an upgrade. It's $88 for the liner, $88 for the liner as an upgrade, where this liner is only $68. But again, these are probably the two most popular liners out there.